So today we're going to be talking about something very critical, especially as young adults as you're watching us. It's not smooth sailing all the way. At some point you need to lock in and figure out how exactly do I fit into this cog, into this machine? How am I a useful part of society? How do I stand out? How am I as an individual able to, show up either at work, either on social media? How do you package your brand? And I think the most common one that you've heard, especially when you're working on your personal brand, is authenticity. You have to be 100% authentic. I have said authentic, I have not said open, because these are two very different things. I'll give you an example. It's possible for you to share your journey about, okay, maybe even moms. You can share your journey about how you're raising your children, the hacks, the tips, the everything, the no sleep nights. You can share all of these authentic journeys that are relatable to everyone else without putting out all of your business out there, without oversharing and telling us all the nitty-gritties in your house. But unfortunately, people don't know that sweet spot of, am I doing too much? Am I putting all of my personal business on social media? Because at the end of the day, that gets you numbers, especially these YouTube families. So much so that there are now laws to protect children in such situations. You've realized, if I post my child doing this and this and this, if I post myself disciplining my child, if I post myself, trapping my husband with a question, if I post myself naked and sharing how my mom board is this and this and this and this, I get traction, I get engagement. So it's become so wild that now even the government has stepped in and said, hey, if you're going to post your child, they need to get a percentage from the money you're paying them. If you're going to post your child, blur their face. You cannot post yourself naked. There are things you cannot share. So you need to find that spot between, am I being authentic, or am I simply putting all of my personal business online?
And speaking about authenticity and all of that, I feel like a cause, there needs to be your why. Why are you doing what you're doing? Why is this your personal brand, right? You've mentioned these family YouTubers. Why is that your brand? Why is that your shtick, right? Why is that the thing? What is the cause of this particular personality or character that you've chosen to embody, right? We've seen gym baddies, gym bros, all of these people who are always talking about the fitness and nutrition and so on. Why is that your cause? What is it that has drawn you to it? And why do we need to clamor and listen to you? And you often find that in the noise of all the content creators, the people who have a personal brand that has messaging, that has a cause, are the ones who usually stand out. How many people are in the gym? Many. But why is it that we know of Frankie? Just gym it alone. Why is it that we know of what's the other guy? The racquetball, cricketball guy.
Rotimi.
Rotimi. Why is it Rotimi that we know? We've seen so many people snap back and get on their health and fitness journey, get on Ozempic. But why is it that Lydia is the one we're resonating with the most? Why is it that we're listening to Joanne Murugimunyu instead of everyone else? It's because they have a why, right? I have come from this. This is my story. This is why I'm doing why I'm doing, right? You can really see the genesis of where they came from and the development of that. So you really want to be part of that story, part of empowering it into becoming what it needs to be. Like whenever you see them posting something, you're like, oh, I need to tell someone this because it's inspiring me. It's teaching me something. It's helping me figure out what I'm going through. All of those things. These people who have personal stories and have given us the cause and their why often are the ones who stand out because the message is clear, right? And so if that's what you're trying to do, maybe that's where you need to start.
Yeah, and also you have to stay adaptable. I know sometimes when you find a niche for yourself or where you fit in, it could be as simple as, I went viral for XYZ. I became, or I stood out at my job because of this and this and this and this. My bosses noticed me because I executed something very well and I became the go-to person for said service. But there's only so long, you can only milk that for so long. you have to stay up with the times. I'll even give you an example with content creators. They remain relevant because they stay adaptable. You'll find you followed somebody because they had hot takes. You know, they would give hot takes, hot takes, hot takes. But if they continue just doing that, it grows old. Now you're like, I'm unakuanga hater. Because why do you always have a hot take about everything? So they find ways to stay relevant, to stay, they adopt with trends. Catherine has given us an example of Lydia. Lydia became very popular on social media because of her hot takes. She would come, she would say something. Over that, she realized, oh, I'm building an authentic community. Started sharing relatable content. I'm going waxing, I'm doing this. This is what as a lady is working for me. After that, akaona, I'm making money out of this. Started now commercializing her content, doing ads, doing all of these things. Akaona, na ni kama mtaboeka. Akafanya relationship, akasema haya, tukue public. So you stay relevant if you stay adaptable to trends. If you figure out, this is what is working, this is what we should switch to. Even the Bahatis, love them or hate it, or hate them, they stay relevant because they are constantly adopting. If Bahati had just stayed that gospel singer that we used to know about, him and his prayer partner and their adopted child, your story ilibamba for a minute, and then after a while we're like, okay, what next? And unfortunately, it's just because human beings, or rather these days, we're built to, with a very short, attention span. I want to know, okay, cool, you've done that, but what next? Nini, like, what more do you have to offer? If you don't have my attention if you don't capture my attention in the first 3 seconds, me, I'm over it. Now you're wondering, I used to be so viral. Now I'm only getting like 3 views. Stay adaptable.
And speaking about adaptability, it's important for you to do a SWOT analysis on yourself, because self-awareness is the most important thing. Mm-hmm. I've seen people who have failed simply because they started off humble, but then later on we realize, damn, that was just fake humble. That was fake humility the whole time. Mm-hmm. And so many people fall because of these things. You get to the top, you start making the money, and then suddenly you are so unapproachable. You are so, oh yeah, I made it. Y'all eat a bag of these. I don't know. People can be very inauthentic in the way that they are. So it's important for you to remain consistently taking a SWOT analysis of yourself. What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? What are the opportunities here, right? And what are the threats to you? Are you your own personal enemy? Because sometimes it's really just what you are that can make people just get the ick. I give you an opinion, you take it too personally, okay? For instance, I'll talk about Blessing, what's his name? The artist who's married to the older lady. Gospel artist married to the older lady.
Gabriel.
Yes.
Guardian Angel.
Guardian Angel. His wife is called?
Esther Musila.
Esther Musila. Now it's kind of coming off funny because she's always attacking. She's always on defense, right? Like, we loved her for being open and standing on her, hey, I married a younger guy, we are in love, we love each other. But now it's almost like you're fighting just for people to understand that, hey guys, look at me, I am in love. Everything is a trigger. Everything is a problem. And now you start to realize, hey, maybe, okay. So we're still monitoring to see. But once it happens twice, thrice, 4 times, 5 times, guys are like, hey, yo, guy, something's up with her. There was another influencer I used to love. We used to watch her quite a lot. She had such a nice personal brand. She's a mother who's gone through divorce, yada, yada. Yeah, like, she'd gone through a lot, and you could really feel her messaging. But then she kept doing the same thing over and over and over again. She's like, yeah, you don't need a man. Men are trash. Men are this, men are the other. He left me and my children. And then 2 months later, after she snapped back, she looks good. Her hair is on point. Her body is tea and everything. The guy is back. She's back again. Guess what? She pregnant. And then they'll have this relationship for like 2 days, and then the guy will dip again. Yeah? She builds herself again, she gets herself together, she sorts herself out, and then after she's like snapped back and she looks good again, guess what? The guy is again here. She gets pregnant again. So it now starts to become a thing of, ooh, I don't know that I believe her anymore. It starts to give you a little bit of an ick because you're like, okay, I can't trust you. I can't trust you. You violated my trust multiple times by doing exactly what you've been teaching me not to do. So how can I trust you when even you don't have control of what you're doing? You know what I mean? So I think it's important for you to do a SWOT analysis every so often of whatever brand it is that you're representing. Once you've known you're authentic, once you've gotten to the point of, this is what I represent, this is my why, you also need to do a SWOT analysis of, is it the people that are wrong or is it me that is wrong? When you're given criticism, take it as, okay, maybe this is correct, maybe this is wrong, but analyze it first. Don't just jump at people like, oh, you guys are wrong, but like, really, are they? Or are you being your enemy by not taking and adapting to what is being required of you?
And I think the most effective way to build a really strong brand is to be an effective communicator. People listen to people who are able to put their point across. Like from the minute your video starts, you're engaging me. I know I can follow your train of thought. I can follow the story. It's not just a mumble of filler words. From the minute the camera went on, you have captured me, you have taken me through the story, and now here I am. That's the only way it works. So if you feel like I have such a good brand, I have such a good message, but I'm not putting it out effectively, or it's not translating in numbers, or even when I'm giving presentations at work, I have such good ideas, I have very good strategies, but people just don't seem to get it. Maybe it's your communication. You need to figure out, how do I present something confidently? How do I tell a story from point A to point B and not lose the people in between? How do I start something? And there's so many ways you can learn these skills. There's so many YouTube tutorials. There's this girl who was who gave this tip on TikTok, and she said, if you want to be an effective communicator, if you want to be good at public speaking, follow the lawyer girlies on social media, or these ladies who give, self-help talks. Even if you don't believe their message, tune in and lock in just to copy the way they carry themselves, the way they talk, the way they put points across. And actually, it's true. The best way you can work on yourself is to align yourself with people who are doing better than you, and you're like, oh, this is how it's done, because that's how you learn. So if you're having problem in such areas, that's how you do it. Enter YouTube for free. Go listen, go learn, watch TV shows where lawyers are doing court presentations, even if it's not realistic. Wewe angalia. Look, angalia Raymond Reddington akipeana monologue ya 3 hours. Go watch Scandal. Olivia Pope and her father doing that back and forth. It really, really helps you. Because even at the back of your mind, in casual conversation, you have the blueprint. It's just you to apply your personality there. So, yeah.
I feel like for me, ultimately, it's also a question of how quickly can you snap back, because the internet is what the internet is. It will spit you out and throw. It will spit you out completely, chew you up and spit you out very quickly because of something so mundane. So how quickly can you take a tangent? How quickly can you bounce back from a situation? How quickly can you revert and learn and, as Turi said, adapt, rebrand, change up, switch up? Or you can try and mirror people like Beyonce, who was never on the internet. She did 1 or 2 interviews. It did not look good on her. Girl, I've seen the interviews and I'm like, ooh, cha. Ooh, cha.
She realized her strength.
She realized it's packaging. Some people are just that. You need to be packaged. You need to be curated. But until you try, you will never know. Or you can be like Onika Taraji, Miss Nicki Minaj. She will snap at anything that moves or even talks at her. And that's how she keeps staying relevant. If only she could give us music to back it up. You know what I mean? There's so many people whose careers you can mirror. There's so many people whose careers have ended. There's so many brands who are so big and failed. Look at Ellen DeGeneres. She was such a huge brand, okay? Be kind to each other was her whole thing. But she was fake about it. Kumbe. Mambo yalichemka. Mambo yalichemka, because eventually the truth comes out. So is the personality you are, is the brand that you've created, if it is put all out in the open, through and through, are you truly this thing? Do you really embody what you say? Ultimately, if you don't, it's going to bite you in the tuchus. So be careful and be mindful. And how quickly can you snap back is based on the blueprint